Hello, my name is Chris, and welcome again to our third instructional video tutorial on CSC 151, An Introduction to Java Programming. For our third video today, we'll be modifying our original Hello World program. In this video, we'll be going over variables, data types, how to accept input into our program, and introduce the Java API. First, let's start up Eclipse and select our first program. Let's say we want to add two numbers together and display the sum. How would we do this? Well, first, let's add our variables, the numbers we want the computer to store and access. We're going to add the first number, the second number, and a sum. Int number 1, int number 2, int sum. Now int, or int, is a data type that's used to store whole numbers. It can range from over -2 billion to over 2 billion. And for most tasks, int will be enough. If for some reason you would need a larger number, you could use long, or if you know you're going to have a small number, there is short. If you were to have a real number, like 3.02 or -11.33 or any other decimal point, you could use double or float. Some call these data types primitive data types and must be lowercase. For the purpose of our program, we'll be using the int, which at the current time is not initialized to any value. Next, we're going to ask the user for the first number. So we will type system.out.print please enter first number. Now we want a way for the user to input that data. This is where we import a package. At the very top, type import java.util.scanner. Semicolon. This is a package from the Java class library or the Java application programming interface, Java API for short. Java has a large set of predefined classes that we can call and use at any time. There are many different ones. The system here, system.out, is a class which is part of a package which is imported at the beginning of the program. For this program, we'll be using scanner, which allows the program to read data. Now that we've imported scanner, we need to create a scanner object to get input from the user. We'll type scanner input equals new scanner system.in. This statement will initialize and create a new scanner object, which is input. Don't worry about the system.in, just know it's necessary. Next, we're going to get the input from the user and assign it to our variables. Type number1 equals input.nextInt. We use the scanner's object input method .nextInt to get the user's keystroke upon pressing of the enter key. As long as it's a valid whole number and not a real number, the program will accept it. The equal sign is called an assignment operator. It's assigning number 1 to the user's input. Now do the same for the second number. Now we need to calculate the two numbers together. We'll take our sum and type sum equals number 1 plus number 2, semicolon. This is an expression. Sum is assigned the values of the number 1 plus the number 2. And remember that the values of number 1 and number 2 were assigned by the user's input. We could use almost any arithmetic operators from subtraction to multiplication to remainders. Finally, we need to output the sum so the user can read it. We'll type system.out.print print f sum is %d / n sum. Displays sum. Printf is used to format our output. The %d is a placeholder for what variable we will assign it to in the next argument, which is sum. %d is used for integers, while %s will be used for strings and %f would be used for float or doubles. The /n is a new line character which will print out a new line at the end of the line. The backslash is an escape character which will make Java read the next character as an escape sequence. Also, if you would like, you can comment out our original output of Hello World. When the program runs it, it will ignore this line since it is commented out. Now, let's run our program. Just enter some whole numbers here and hit enter. And as you can see, it adds the numbers together and gives us our sum. If you would like to use real numbers, we could easily change our data types from int to double. Our input object will no longer be accepting integers, but rather doubles. And our placeholder here will change to %f. As you can see, we can use decimals now or whole numbers. That concludes our third video tutorial. Today we learned that variables are used to store and access data in our programs. There are a variety of different data types that we can use. Just make sure to pick the right one for the situation. The Java API is a large library that holds many packages such as Scanner that we can import into our programs to call and use. And with Scanner, we learned how to get user input into our program. In the next video, we will be going over program flow, decision making, and control statements, such as if and if-else statements. So until next time, thanks for watching. Bye.